Tony Khan confirms the CM Punk AEW return date. Plus, CM Punk's first opponent may have been teased, and future plans for an absent WWE star. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Look in my eyes. What do you see? Adam Pachiti's lovely shirt.
You get the rhyme there, Adam Pachiti, and you've gone with that.
Sometimes it's fun to divert expectation.
It is, isn't it? Got to laugh at me.
Tony Khan had the opportunity to do that, but he didn't, and he officially announced that CM Punk is back in the AEW fold.
Has he not been on TV lately?
No, he's been a bit quiet. I think he had some admin to do.
Fair play.
Let's go home and get curtains drawn in September. We've not seen him since.
It'll be nice to see him back. Anyway, Tony Khan announcing, as expected, that CM Punk is going to be on that premiere episode of AEW Collision on June 17th, live from Chicago, Illinois.
Would have been hilarious had they booked it and he wasn't there. Wouldn't have been worth it.
Still might not. You never know.
There is a lot of time between now and then. So this will be the first time that we've seen Punk on AEW TV since the AEW All Out press conference and all the shenanigans that went on from there. When Collision got announced, it was expected that Punk would be part of that announcement package too, and it feels like for all intents and purposes, he was going to be, and then plans changed and he was scrubbed out. Now he's back in again.
Shambles. It's really fun.
It really is a very funny shambles. Big pop from the crowd last night with the announcement of CM Punk. The first time his name has been uttered by Tony Khan.
Yep, lots of times he's been alluded to on television, but this is the first time that we've heard old Phil's name. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's because there was a smattering of boos yesterday during the announcement. Obviously, he's going to be in Chicago. He's going to get a mega pop. I think it's a really difficult thing to deal with because he's probably not going to wrestle on the first show. Cut a promo. That's like one of the hardest wrestling promos to write ever, isn't it? That's a really difficult thing. I wouldn't know where to start with something like that. Hey, if there's somebody that can do it and do it well, it's definitely CM Punk if he wants to get people back on side. I personally think, perhaps not in the super short term, but in the long term, the money is in a CM Punk heel run at this point. That's what I want to see personally. But it'll be good to see Phil back over on AEW Detention, which is just full of the naughty AEW people, the problem children.
And it's funny because he even alluded to that in an Instagram story. He shared a link to a clip from Billy Madison when the announcement came out last night. The clip from Billy Madison where he starts playing dodgeball and just battering the kids.
Fantastic movie, though.
Which I think is a wonderful allegory for how CM Punk feels going back into a locker room where he was old, tired, and working with flipping children.
And he also said, if peeing your pants is cool, then I'm Miles Davis as well. I want to watch that movie now. Let's just talk Billy Madison. Old Adam Sandler.
The old Adam Sandler stuff.
So good.
Before Netflix went, here's a bag of money, can you make 10 really rubbish films?
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, we've all got bills to pay. The AEW locker room have reacted to CM Punk's return. Max Caster tweeted, "See you in catering, CM Punk." Nice. Danhausen sharing a lot of photos of him and Pepsi Phil with a Ticketmaster link at the bottom as well.
He's such a show off. Oh, I'm still friends with him and FTR. Shut up.
Well, Dax Harwood RT'd with the date, the location, and LFG. So he's up for seeing his mate again. And then here's Kenta, his cheeky boy Kenta, with a tweet saying, "I'm free June 17th.
Yeah, it's been something that he's wanted for a long time. Obviously, the battle of the go-to-sleeps. And I think Kenta was a little bit upset that people thought that like the GCS was Punk's move rather than Kenta's move. So he's wanted that for ages. I'd be up for it.
I would be up for seeing that. The battle of the go-to-sleeps. A battle that we haven't seen since Craftmatic Adjustable Bed and Silent Night. I'm up for seeing that one again. And I think that's a nice way to bring that. Desperately trying to think of another brand of I
thought you were going to say boring wrestlers. Since Nia Jax versus Natalia from the gym.
Nah, mate, we're going big mattress, big duvet.
Good.
So I love the idea of Kenta being that first opponent, as you say. There's a lovely story to be told there, and Kenta teasing it there is quite exciting. The money still is on Samoa Joe probably being that first opponent. I like the idea of CM Punk coming out to do that first promo, as you said, that promo that is impossible to write. Him going, all right, let's have a chat, and then Joe just choking him out. Off to the races we go.
Oh, I like that. Put all the heat on Joe straight away. Yeah. That's clever, because we want to hear him talk so desperately. And it saves the job right in the promo, doesn't it? Makes life easier, so it's not a bad shout.
Give him that big walkout where everyone's cheering just as he's about to talk. There's the clutch by Joe.
I like it.
Done. That's how you get around it. June 17th will be the day that we see CM Punk back in an AEW ring. Very intrigued to see how this particular run pans out. AEW stars all over the place making headlines, including Mercedes Martinez, who made a return just last month back after
she's
an injury.
not been back, doing some Ring of Honor stuff now, but she's also going to be here live in Newcastle upon Tyne, England for North Wrestling Thunderstruck, their biggest show ever. She will be joining Scotty Too Hotty, Joey Janela, and Fangin' and Bangin' Gangrel as part of that show at the Walker Dome. Tickets available right now, northwrestling.co.uk. It's going to be a hell of an event. Yeah, she hadn't wrestled before these few Ring of Honor ones since, was it December last year? She'd been away for a while, so it'd be good to see her back.
If you haven't got tickets yet, come see us at the Walker Dome July 15th, northwrestling.co.uk. I'll be there. I'll be the one in a lovely suit in the middle of the ring going, hello everybody.
And you can go and just meet him in the ring during the show. You can while you're talking on the mic, you can just pop in.
Just pop in and bring a pack of biscuits and you can enter the ring.
That's really nice.
No,
you can.
No.
You get Barry the Shark, you come up and you do all that. He loves that.
Everyone gets a Barry in the Walker Dome. All 1,000 of you get a Barry in
during
the Walker
Dome. It's going to be a very good show.
It's going to be a fun old time. Tomorrow night is a fun old time on AEW Rampage. It's Championship Friday.
It's certainly a special episode of Rampage. Titles across the wrestling landscape going to be on the line. We got Willow Nightingale defending the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's title against Emi Sakura. We got Zack Sabre Jr. defending the World TV title, New Japan World TV title against Action Andretti. You've got Shibata defending the Ring of Honor Pure title against Lee Moriarty, and the AAA Mega Championship also on the line as Vikingo defends against Drilisto and Commander.
Drilisto, Commander, Vikingo, so up for seeing. Those three together, Commander, Drilisto, Vikingo, amazing. They're just going to light it up.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one. I like that. I like that use of Rampage. Let's celebrate other titles from everywhere else.
Yeah, why
It's basically
not?
what it is. Why not?
What else are they doing with it?
Rampage is sort of becoming is getting a bit of a metamorphosis in the next few weeks.
It's becoming heat.
It's becoming Sunday Night Heat, but with less Disturbed playing from WWF New York, which is a sad thing. Speaking of titles, next week on Dynamite, TE Orange Cassidy's putting the international title up.
He's going to triple threat action. We saw on Dynamite last night with Strickland, old Swickers, defeating Big Bill and Trent Beretta, and then we've got all based around the Battle Royal, obviously.
Yes.
We've got the singles match between Strickland and OC for the title. I think that would be a fantastic match. OC's on fire right now. That Battle Royal was one of my favourite Battle Royals ever. I think it was so well booked.
So well put together.
It really, really was special. And him being the consistently defending champion, putting on banger after banger after banger all the time, has been fantastic. He's proved a lot of the naysayers wrong in the fact that he can absolutely wrestle. He's not just a comedy guy, as if we didn't know already. And putting him up against Swerve is just such a great shout.
I think there'll always be that little sect of people that will never accept him because his gimmick is so laissez-faire and isn't a super serious wrestling gimmick. Like even when we did the live reactions, and thank you for joining us for it. No, but he had such a great showing in the Battle Royal, but there were still comments, it's Pockets has won again. Embarrassment. It's like, well, I would have thought all these years on there'd be a change over. There has been a massive change. But there are still that cluster of people that will never see him more as just the guy who puts his hands in his pockets, no matter how hard he works.
Nobody really whinged about the people's elbow and all the other silly bollocks that we've seen over the years. I don't know why he gets it so hard. Maybe it's because he's smaller.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I like him.
Having said that, I do think Swerve beats him next week.
I wouldn't say no. Swerve has been fantastic. Yeah, I think as far as somebody to drop that title too, Swerve's a really good shout. It's not to say I'm not enjoying the OC title reign. I think it's been brilliant. But he's had a lot of defenses at this point. There's no shame in dropping to Swerve, especially with some healer shenanigans going on.
Absolutely. We'll end on some good news. Absolutely. Oh, baby. Your mum and dad ain't back from the bingo yet. How's your father? We congratulate Alexa Bliss.
Wait, who are you talking to there?
You know who I was talking to.
Let's move swiftly on.
Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera, congratulations, you're having yourselves a child. That's lovely news. Alexa Bliss spoke to The Messenger exclusively about her current WWE status. What's the future plans for Alexa Bliss?
So they gave her some time off to do The Masked Singer. If you missed it, she was the axolotl. The
Yes,
Masked
she
Singer. She unmasked, and she continued saying. Storyline wise, I wasn't on TV anyway, so it just worked out perfectly. WWE extended my contract, and so it's basically come back when I'm ready. Probably a month after the baby. That's quick, isn't it?
Yeah, she's getting back.
Take your time, be careful, come on. Spend some time with the kid.
But I like the fact that WWE extended the contract and she can continue when she's ready to come back and do.
Yeah, it's nice.
And finish the journey the way that she wants to finish the journey, or continue the journey forever.
Agreed. She said, I'll start probably getting back into the gym and getting ready to see what my in-ring return looks like. So that'll take place sooner rather than later.
Some nice news.
Some lovely news. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
She seems nice. I really like Alexa Bliss. I think she's really, really underrated. I think like her in-ring work can improved so much. She was putting on really, really good matches, but her character work has just been consistently fantastic. And I miss it not seeing her on. I miss seeing her rather on telly.
She is definitely one of the better ones, and we'll see her when she's ready. And we'll have more wrestling news for you
One
when
of the
you're
better
ready.
ones. One of the better women.
One of the better ones in the shallow roster. All right, Rhonda, chill from yesterday. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day, of course, at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. What a lovely shirt.